All right, welcome. Welcome everybody. How you guys? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Pop some down the chat. Where you guys coming from? And what's your big why? Why are you here? Okay. Good to see you guys. What's your big why and why are you here? Love to please turn on your camera as well. We love to, connect with you, right? And I see Curly Tyler here, a great picture right there. Okay. I'm actually live in Texas for 10 years, so welcome. Danita, Eva, Sarah, Jacqueline, Clan. Let's go. Marcia, good to see you too. All right. Window, let's make it happen. Okay. Welcome, welcome. All right, yeah. Sarah, San Diego, one more info on corporate rental and how to get into that. Amen. Let's go. Awesome, Sarah. Welcome. Okay. Yes, we definitely go into that. So, and what's your big why? Okay. If everything is possible a year from now, what is the dream life you guys want to live in? You know? All right. I mean, Windows just got back from Bangkok and Turkey. He one of my student, and that's most people's dream right there. So fantastic. Anything's possible, right? What will you do? All right. Hello, everyone. All right, Mary, good to see you. Branson, Missouri. All right, welcome, Diane. Awesome, awesome. Yes, yes, Mike, let's go. Alicia, let's go. Gloria, let's go. Awesome, awesome. Yes, yes. What's your big why, guys? Who you want to take care of? Are you guys imagining you guys making 20, 30,000 a month, every month, passively? Who you want to take care of? Your parents, your mom, dad, kid, spouse, What's your big why? Okay. So let me see. Your why is the most important thing. Yes, family, kids and family. Yes, Diane said take care of family, give more time to church and start my own ministry. Wow. Now that's the why. That's the why I'm talking about. That's awesome. Okay. Yes, I applaud that big time. We have a lot of Christians in our community too. Even though I don't really advertise that, but yeah, it just happened the way it is. Guess you attract who you are, I guess. So yeah, welcome. Love to help the church for sure. Okay. And family is huge, of course. I'm going to go over a lot of things here. Um, so very, very excited for you today and tomorrow. You know, I remember like this definitely can change everything. Once I heard about this idea, how to do this business as well, and how you can leverage other people properties, you know. So anything is possible. Okay. And and I'm very excited to have a couple of my students here that are going to share maybe in about 40 minutes or something. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to share them with you as well and see how fast you can get things done here, with this strategy. Okay. So how I went from a trapped corporate slave to have absolute freedom with corporate housing, insurance housing, without the need to own any properties, without the need to manage any employees or real estate experience, and even no headaches with all the vacation rental stuff as well, right? There's vacation rental is super big headache. Okay. This is my big why. This is my lovely, wonderful wife. Been a nurse for 15 years, wonderful lady, and able to travel around the world. This was just us in last year in Santorini, Greece, and that was incredible. And we've decided this last minute there. We were in Cancun and there was a hurricane coming in Cancun, and we were like, what are we doing here? So like, where can we go? Let's go to Santorini. Okay. And then the Olympics was happening in Paris. So like, why not, stop by for the Olympics? And that was incredible. Like that's once in a lifetime, once in 100 years that the Olympic is happening in Paris, right? So these that's the reason, right? That's the freedom to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it with whom you ever want to do it with, for however long you want to do it with. Okay. So, basically we're on extended vacation all the time. She just keep on extending the vacation. Like, okay, all right, sure, let's go. All right. And then after that, on the back end of it, we, went back to Cancun, um, and then Tulum. Oh, and fast forward a few months after that, we decided to go to Costa Rica, book a one-way ticket to a country that we never been to before, and then see how long we like it. That's how long we're gonna stay, right? That's the life, right? So we stay there. Costa Rica is a dream, okay? We love it so much. Instead of staying there for a couple of weeks, we stayed there for like 2.5 months. And then on the back end of it, we heard about Tulum, so we fly to Tulum for a couple of weeks, and that was incredible too. You see? So that's true freedom, okay? So ask yourself, ask your mentor that be around that where you work at, and see if they can live this lifestyle, right? If they cannot do this, then who you're gonna follow is who you're gonna, that's where you're heading. Okay. So I was looking at my mentor as a pharmacist back then, and pharmacist, doctor, and all of that has a lot of credibility and a lot of respect, and I definitely respect all the profession. But I was looking at my mentor who's 20 years pharmacist, and he couldn't even take off at all, right? And he worked literally like it's like I don't know. Like for me, it's more like a modern slavery. Just keep on, breathing down our neck, you know, all the time, and have absolutely no freedom, right? So there's really no freedom without financial freedom, right? So that's why I want to be able to do this and help my lovely wife to retire her. I already did. I retire my mom, my dad, my grandma as well, and take care of all of them, right? So, and I want to do the same. We have helped so many people do the same within our community too, that we're gonna show you, exactly how to do this. But yeah, so all right, let's get back into this, and I will do everything in my power to make it worth your while. Okay. Stay to the end. I will give you the blueprint on how you can do this as well. Okay. So the longer you stay, my promise to you is the better it's gonna get. Okay. Because I reward people who are persistent and people who come and stay and be loyal for your own dreams, your goals. So pat yourself on the back here today. You show up for your dream, your goal, right? That's very important. I respect that big time. Okay. Is you are on your way to your dreams, your goal. That's the definition of success. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, right? And the worthy ideal here is not just for you, but for your family, for your future, for your legacy, for your kids, okay? So I invested over $1 million into my mindset and my strategy, literally over the past 20 years as an entrepreneur. I discovered the one vehicle that has helped me to get absolute freedom. I'm talking about absolute financial freedom, like I talked to you about. And I learned from the right people, and I refuse to give up. Whether playing poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht with his top executive, or going backstage with Tony Robbins, because we donated a Quiet Business Foundation and also become his friends over the years, or play chess with Sir Richard Branson on his own island that he literally owned and pay off worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The guy's it's actually worth $5 billion. He's on a Virgin airline. You ever heard about that? Virgin cruises. So yeah, these were incredible lifetime experiences that I would never trade for any kind of money, right? So, and you couldn't do this without freedom, passive income, right? So, and I want to pass on some of the things I learned from all these billionaires to you tonight, right? That's very important, you know. So these are the type of men that I want to be like, emulate, right? These are my mentors, right? And I'm very honored to be associated with them, to able to help their community as well. So they actually shouted out me out to their community, many, many times. And I'm really, really, really grateful for that because they don't have to, And I'm really like the only real estate mentor that I know of that has been shouted out by all these billionaires, right? So that says a lot when you're looking at a mentor to see who are they following and who is, vetted them out, So I mean, I'm pretty sure that all these billionaires can sniff sniff you out a mile away, if you're not doing something right. So we're very grateful to be able to help hundreds of their members as well over the years to be able to have them to pretty much, shout us out on their platform, which is huge. But it's not what about me, it's about what I can do for the community. So, for example, these two students met within our community, they partner up and they got two deals right away, and they got two booking and replaced literally their income with two deals very fast, super fast, right away, right? Or you got Sunny who get 3 months stay through insurance and they pay upfront as well. 3 month upfront pay through insurance, right? That's the key is insurance pay upfront. How many in here are moms, stay-at-home moms, or any kind of working mom? Amanda and Ann here with working mom with many kids, little kids running around. Within months, they literally replace the income, make six figure, and travel around the world and have fun the rest of their life, right? So my goal for this is to show you how to make multiple six-figure income beyond Airbnb that most people, nobody else really teaching this. We are like the Michael Jordan, the OG that's been around for the longest, over 10 years now, helping a lot of people here. So it's corporate housing, it's insurance housing. It's not Airbnb vacation rental, okay? This is not short-term rental, it's mid-term, okay? So my story as an immigrant from Vietnam, I came to America with no English, no connection. All four of us slept, mom, dad, me, and my sister sleep in one tiny bedroom. And we were determined to achieve the American dream, right? So who in here, know what the American dream is, how to get there, okay? Like I was told that, hey, you want the American dream? Go to school, get a good grade, become doctor, lawyer, right? That's what we've been all told, and that's what I did, okay? So basically, and well, before that, we were literally in the ghetto, by the way. So it's not like I grew up with, like, I would literally hear gunshots in school when I was going through public middle school and, high school as well, right? So, I mean, high school got better because I went to, I worked my way up, go to a Magnets high school, thank God. But anyway, it's really bad, you know. Um, and then I was like, how do I get the American dream? Like, is it an immigrant with nothing? So we basically fast forward, sacrificed everything to get my doctorate in pharmacy and my MBA as well. Okay. And I remember like yesterday I graduated. With the first year, I busted my butt working for the Fortune 1 company, the biggest company in the world. Right. And I did well. Within 1 year, I won the Pharmacy of the Year award, Pharmacist of the Year award. And I thought I made it. I'm like, yes, mom, dad, I'm gonna take care of you. Yeah, forever financial freedom. Here we go. They sat me down, and you know how much they gave me a raise? They gave me a 2% raise. Doesn't even keep up with inflation, right? And then they put more KPIs on me. They track me every single minute, every single time that I do anything, because they know that I can handle it. I was like, this is what I get rewarded for, And I was, like I said, look at my mentor, 20 years older, who hated his life, And then funny thing is that mentor not, later on became my student in this business to do this business. So, but anyway, so I was trapped. I thought I made it. On top of it all, my mom was diagnosed with cancer too, and I tried all kind of businesses you can imagine to trying to, take care of everybody, right? So I tried literally everything. Anybody in here tried drop shipping, multi-level marketing, right? Day trading, you know, opening up a franchise, a restaurant, boba tea, multifamily, okay? Become a realtor, traditional real estate. I tried it all, okay? So all of these does work. I'm not saying it don't work. It does work. It's just that it takes so much work to make it work. Okay. That makes sense. These are like a full-time 40-hour commitment to make it work. All right. I mean, look at drop shipping. You're making like 20 bucks, 10 to 20 bucks a profit, and you gotta compete with $1 million sellers all over the world. All right. And then you gotta compete with Amazon. I mean, who can compete with Amazon? So it was really, really hard to do that. Multi-level marketing is like calling all your friends and family until you have no more friends and family. Okay. right? Or like stalk people at the mall. Like, I don't want to do that either. You see? So, and then I went to like open a boba tea, which is really super hot, like it's a type of restaurant too. And I was like, yeah, oh man, that's the worst mistake ever. $400,000, 2 years to build it. And after I built it, I found out I have a job like managing a bunch of teenagers, like making 50,000 a year. I'm like, what's the point? Okay. And then of course COVID hit and that definitely took everything down. Okay. Now multifamily with multifamily, well, COVID took everything down except for corporate housing and insurance housing, by the way. We were thriving during COVID because we have corporate contract getting delayed. They already booked the home, so their projects get delayed, and we were also rented out to medical professional who travel to places to take care of people, right? So that's incredible. Okay. Now, with multifamily, like, you know, apartments, commercial, it's super hard for you to get into that. I try, I got into like a couple of deals, but it's not much profit there, right? I mean, you're looking at like 5% cash flow, every 100K you make like $500 a month. I'm like, that's not enough at all. Okay. Even you have $1 million, you're only making 5,000 a month. Like how long would it take for you to save $1 million? You see? So, and then looking at a realtor and traditional real estate too, realtor is okay, but just working a lot of nights and weekends, right? All the time where you actually need time for your family or your loved one, right? So, that's not the answer either. Okay. So I was frustrated. I was burned out. I was trapped. Who in here ever felt frustrated, burned out, or trapped? Right? That's how I did. Okay. Because by all becoming free, I was working 60 plus hours a week. Okay. And I was lost. I was miserable and I was at rock bottom. Okay. That is when I met somebody that gave me the epiphany. Okay. What's the epiphany? Is I could rent vacant homes, subleasing it, and then scale to freedom. I don't have to own the home to make money from it. Okay, that's a secret. Okay, you don't have to own the asset to make money from it, guys. That's a big light bulb that came up because up to this point, I was buying properties and it took me, like many of you, many, many years to save up the money to buy a house and then rent it out long term and only like barely making the mortgage, not making any cash flow. And I was like, what's the point of this? Okay. Because the key is cash flow equal freedom. Write it out. Cash flow equal freedom. Right. So the light bulb came up when somebody told me, hey, question, does Airbnb even own any properties? Does Uber own any cars? No, right? And yet they became the number one company in their industry in the shortest amount of time. Why? Because they know how to leverage OPP, write that down, other people properties, other people cars. You see? So as long as you know how to leverage other people's stuff and you add value to it and you make it a win-win, the sky's the limit, right? Help people get what they want, you can get what you want. You see? Does that make sense, guys? So anyway, oh, by the way, put your credit card away. There's nothing to sell here. There's no, don't worry about any of that. This is totally free today. I want to give back to the community. Thank you for supporting me all these years. And this is my way of giving back. The only offer that I will offer you is who wants to get a free consultation call with me. Okay, right? There you go, right? This is literally the value of that. For me, it's priceless. If I have a mentor when I first started to sit down with me for an hour, I would do anything to fly. I literally like all got stranded in a snowstorm trying to make it to an event to seek out mentorship. Okay, that was scary. That's the extent to do whatever it takes mentality, right? So, but anyway, all you gotta do, you don't have to drive through snowstorm like I did and get stranded off that. All you gotta do is just click on the link and book the call. Now, I only have 5 hours set aside, right? This for this event. So once it's full up, it's fill up. Okay. Sorry, I can't, talk to an individual with everybody. But if you're qualified, then I'd love to, apply for it and see if you're serious. Then first come, first serve. Okay. Once the spot's gone, it's gone. Now, the good thing is I have two very good advisor that even if you don't get a spot with me, you can still talk to them and they can give you really good advice as well. Okay. They've been doing this for a long time as well. So either way, you're gonna win. Okay. The only way you don't win is you don't take any action, right? Action is a cure. Massive action is a cure all. Write that down. Okay. I learned that from big billionaires. Okay. So if you don't take action during the moment of inspiration too, that's the key. You feel inspired, you feel good, take a small action, move forward. Otherwise, once you get out of this car, life gonna hit you and all of that is gonna be 10 times harder to do anything. Okay. So take action now. So apply, click on the link right now and apply. Okay. So there you go. Right. The old model is exchange your time for money directly. Okay. 1 hour your life equal X amount of dollars. Right. Salary is even worse. Right. And then they told us to what? To put money into a retirement account for years to come. And then maybe it's going to be there, maybe it's not. Okay. Right. And hopefully it's going to be there and then we can retire. Anybody like, if I was like, hey guys, give me all your money every year, every month, and 50 years from now I will give you your money back, less interest, and maybe you can retire. I mean, come on, who in here would like that game plan? Even if you retire in the 70s and 80s, how are you going to travel? How are you going to enjoy life? I didn't like that game plan. It's too long. And then have you ever wondered why all the bankers, the hedge funds manager are the one who actually live the amazing lifestyle, while you and I, like, we before like struggle and just make ends meet and just put money away into the 401k IRA and all of that? Anybody question that? Doesn't make any sense, right? So the old model is definitely broken if you haven't realized it, that, the new model is you want to create an equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly exchange your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. Okay. Literally earn money while you sleep. That's the key. Okay. And then you want to reinvest into your business for years to come and get multiple streams of income. What's the holy grail to financial freedom, guys? Put down in the chat. What do you guys think? The holy grail to financial freedom. Is it real estate? Is it your business? Is it your degree? Is it your job? What I love about this billionaire is the holy grail to financial freedom is multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. Write that down. It's got to be backed up by real estate to have truly passive income. Okay. Any other business is literally a full-time overtime job that you got to really grind it out for a long time before you can make it work. Right. But real estate is the one thing that, because once the client in there, they don't want to talk to you. They don't need to talk to you. They don't even want to see you. You see the difference? And they wire you monthly income, right? Versus any other industry. You're talking about doctor, lawyer, engineer, whoever, architect, dry cleaner, nail salon, restaurant. The clients always want to have to see you to make money. And they want more of you. The more you see them, the more you talk to them, spend time with them, the more money you make. You see? But this, they check in, self-check in. They stay for 3 months, 6 months, corporate clients, wire you monthly income. And then they don't want to talk to you or see you. You see? So that's passive income. You get it? That's what true freedom is. That's what's been done for thousands of years. The Lord, the kings and all that, they own a lot of lands. They just rent out to peasants. Okay. Back in the day. And that's how they have time to go to all the fancy bars and have time to do everything else and not have to trade their time for money. You see? Now, this is where it's amazing, because we are living in the golden age. Do you even know, like, this wasn't even possible just like 10 years ago, to do this remotely and travel around the world and handle everything on your little tiny thing on your pocket, your phone. What is that? Like 10 years ago, It's because technology and everything, you guys really don't want to miss out. This is the best opportunity to live the absolute, truly freedom life that we all wish for, all our great grandparents wish for, all of that, right? So take a picture of this, share this. This is what you want to have happen. And you literally, with this business, you literally earn money in your sleep, okay? So the hallway is definitely on your own. I was confused about picking the right location, strategy, managing staff, hospitality experience, how to scale. I lost thousands of hours, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, had to close down more than 10 of these short-term, mid-term rental before, you know. But the good news is I can save you from these nightmares. Definitely because I had no mentor, I had no support group, I had no help with all the little stuff that come up with, you know, becoming a mega host, right? But even with that, I scale you like 20 something Airbnb and make 6 figures within months. Now, why is this different from Airbnb? Number one, you know, clients stay for months instead of days, okay? Literally months. So that's the big key, okay? You make 2 times the rent while minimize management. Okay, literally 2 times the market rent. You cannot do that with any long-term rental, right? So 2 times, that's crazy, right? And then 10 times less management than vacation rental, which means 10 times more freedom. You see, and 10 times less risk because you're dealing with business to business. Remember, B2B versus B2C. So have you ever like rent out to mom and pop and if they lose their job, they can't pay you, and then you gotta go through like eviction process or they damage a property and you know you gotta clean up or fix it and all of that. That's a big mess, right? Well, with corporate clients, I mean, been doing this for 10 years, hundreds of members, hundreds of deals. How many, how many, what do you call it, eviction do you think we have? If you guess zero, you're correct, okay? Zero eviction for the past 10 years. Is that crazy? Why? Because the corporate clients, the companies, they are very, they have a lot to lose. So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their job, right? It's their job. And also insurance families who go through a disaster like flood, hurricane, they need a place to stay, right? During those times, during the home get renovation, right? So they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their home, their kids and all of that, right? So that's why it's amazing. And also, you escape a lot of regulations and have a lot more tax exempt. So the disclaimer, this is not financial, legal, tax advice. Okay, gotta put a disclaimer. I'm not attorney or accountant. Okay, this is based on my personal experience. But what I found out is with a short-term rental, you have a lot of regulation. Yeah, got a lot of taxes like hotel tax and all of that, right? Well, did you know that if you have the stay 30 days or longer, you can escape a lot of, it's not really considered short term anymore. It's considered mid-term, you see? So you escape a lot of regulation and you escape a lot of like different tax exempt as well for that, right? You don't have to pay a lot of hotel tax stuff like that as well. That's why we have built a community for a reason. That's when I went viral on social media and retired when I was 33 and traveled around the world since then and help a lot of people, right? So what is the difference between short term and mid-term? Short term, shorter stay, a few days, a weekend. Midterm is anything longer than a month. Somebody in the waiting room, right? When I let them in. But short term is tenant vacationers. Okay, midterm are tenants are more professionals. Okay, like who? There's medical professionals, the IT professional. There could be a construction company, a roofing company, anything electrical, or also like TV show even, anything, a lot of different kind of companies out there, right? And also insurance family who already are homeowners, so they are responsible people, their home going through, I don't know, something renovation or damages, right? So that's why they need a place to stay. And they already are good people with good credit and with good background, so they're gonna take care of the property, you see? So the short term require continuous management after stay, midterm, way less management. Literally, you instead of cleaning it every weekend, who here has Airbnb, put it down, or short-term rental, right? It's such a headache to every few days to clean it. Okay. And sometimes the cleaner don't show up and you gotta go out there and clean it yourself, right? I mean, who here want to clean houses? I mean, that's not the tenants and toilets. You don't want that. Okay. Why not rent it out to a company for months and then hire somebody. Diane's crying, she did that too, I'm sure, you know. So hire somebody and they do it for you every 3 months, 4 months, right? And now you have the funds to do it. And by the way, it's a lot less expensive I mean, it costs a lot less for you to do the midterm than short term, because the short term you got to hire the cleaner every weekend. You got to replenish the supplies every weekend. You see, supplies nowadays like $50, $100 for a single family home nowadays. So it's a lot, because of inflation and everything. Well, midterm, you escape a lot of that. We did the math, and if you just convert your short term to midterm, you save at least $500 a month on supplies, cleaning, management, and all of that. That's a lot. If you time that by 10 houses, that's 5,000 a month, right? Now, why do we rent instead of own the property or buy the property? Because when you buy the property, who in here like own rental property? How long did it take for you to save up the money, go through the hoops to get it qualified, buy it, close it, then rehab it before you can actually rent it out? A long time, like 3 to 5 years, right? So, and then the location is permanent, unless you sell the property, right? So it's very, very risky. And it's it's literally your life saving into one deal. What if instead of doing that, you can do 10 of these arbitrage, what I call arbitrage, rent to rent, right? You can literally just pay for first month rent, first month deposit, and furniture. So it's a lot more flexible. For one deal, the same amount of money, you can do 10 houses. Y'all want to make money from 10 houses or one house? Put down the chat, okay? I mean, it's not a trick question, right? Of course, 10 houses, right? Y'all want to make money now, or you want to wait 20 years, 30 years to save up the money, buy the houses and buy another houses and buy another houses? Yeah, you're going to get there about 30 years from now. But who would want that, right? The 10 houses you can literally do in like, if you do 2 a month, which is very doable. My best student does like 4 or 5 in the first 30 days with me. Okay. So you just do 2 deals a month, you can get to 10 houses within 5 months, and you make about 20,000, 30,000 a month and retire the rest of your life. Okay. Who you want that game plan? 3 to 6 months game plan. You see? That's why we do this. Okay. That's why I was able to retire when I was 33. And that's why a lot of our members literally within months replace their income. And then, travel around the world and do all that fun things. Okay. Because this gives you the most flexibility, and it's also much less risk. For example, you buy the property, hey, the biggest risk is if it doesn't work out, you can go to foreclosures, lost everything. Okay. Knock on wood. Of course, I don't want that. But here's the thing, if you rent it, what's the biggest risk? If it doesn't work out, hey, here's my deposit, here's 1 month rent, peace. The furniture is still yours, you can move to another place. You see? So the maximum risk is only 5 to 10K when you do arbitrage. I call it arbitrage or subleasing. And the result, you're gonna make like 10 times that. You're gonna make like 100K, 200K in the next few years. You see? So the reward is 10 times the risk. You understand that? It's asymmetrical risk to reward ratio, which is what I learned for the big billionaires, is if they don't have the reward like at least 5 times the risk, they're not going to do any deals. This is the reward is 10 times the risk with renting. Okay. The other thing with when you rent to you can cherry pick the best neighborhood, the best prices, the best deal, right? For not much more, like maybe a couple $100 more. But when you buy the property, it's gonna be the difference between A or B property is like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You see, or at least $20,000, $30,000, which is still a lot more. You see, so with renting, the difference between renting an A property with a B property is only a few $100. Anybody can afford that. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to show you later on zero money down strategy. Who want to learn some zero money down strategy, right? That you don't even have to pay for the deposit or pay for the monthly rent. You can literally co-host or partner up with people who already have the property, and you literally get it in for zero money down. Okay, so you have zero money down. What kind of return is that? That's literally infinite return. You get me? So I'm going to share that with you in a little bit too. So the arbitrage financial freedom formula, this is all you really need to know, is month 1, do one deal, make $2,000 a month. Each property, you make about $2,000 a month in profit. Okay. Now you in California, New York, Florida, you can make 3,000, 4,000, sometimes even 5,000 a month. Okay. Net profit after mortgages. Okay. But we want to under promise, over deliver, right? So let's just say even if you make 2,000 a month, month two, you do two more deals. Now you're 6K a month. Month three, you do two more deals. Now you're 10K a month. In 3 months, guys, you can literally hit 10K a month. Imagine that, replacing your income and literally welcome to the land of the living. Okay. Right. And then you do two more a month. By month six, you have about 11 to 12 property, make you about 20 something thousand a month. So imagine that for a moment, you're making 27,000 a month. You have over 10 houses, right? Within 6 months, that's freedom. You get it? That's the best kind of freedom. There's no word to describe. It's like unplugged from the matrix. You can wake up and you decide to do whatever you want to do. You see? That's the dream come true right there for most people, right? The best part is, how many hours does it take to do this? You're not working 40, 50 hours a week. To make this kind of income in any corporate job, you need working 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and they own your life, right? So with this, literally, it's only 5 to 10 hours a week. That's it. Okay. And once you got it set up and you know the process, it's about 4-hour work week. It's true. It's crazy. And you can travel around the world working just a few hours a week. Hard to believe. Why? How? It's because we're leveraging other people's property. We're leveraging the company who have a lot of funds, and what's the technology too. So they self-check in, they self-check out. And this business, remember, this is not a service business where you see them all the time. It is a service business, but you don't have to see the client. They wire you monthly income. This is the best type of client, right? They don't need to see you. They don't need to talk to you. They wire you monthly income. Hello, right? If you're as a tenant, nobody want to talk to the landlord. Like, leave me alone. Give me some privacy, you see? So that's why this is the best type of business, to get absolute freedom. You get it? So what will you do? Just imagine for a moment, you're making 20K a month. It's in 6 months. Even if it takes you a year, 12 months from now, you're making 20K plus a month. What will you do with your life? How you feel, right? Incredible, right? Incredible. For me, absolutely incredible. Okay. So now, why we are different? What other people don't tell you, or book a free call generator, because this is corporate. We're dealing with companies outside of just Airbnb, VRBO. Now we do use those two platforms with our strategy within there to attract, the corporate clients, the insurance clients. But outside of that, we have tested hundreds and thousands of different sources, different companies nationwide. It's not just me, but my hundreds members community over the past 10 years. And a lot of my members are smarter than me too. One guy in there own over 80 houses himself, right? So people been around the clock, been in real estate even longer than I have. What I learned is I want to leverage all their knowledge, all their the whole team, work as a team, you see, as a village, right? So together we're a lot stronger, and together we have tested everything under the sun for this whole industry, and we have our trade secret list of all these platforms, all the agencies, all the companies that you should be connected with, and how to do it, and how to get in front of them, and how to get the corporate clients, right? That's the key. Okay. So it's very low investment, very high cash flow. So what are we going to be covering the rest of the time here today? And then tomorrow is the fourth step to this. There's a proprietary system that I come up with over the years. It's called a fast method. You want to make money fast, right? Why not? Why not? Who do want to make money slow? Okay. I don't know why that's a bad thing. Of course, you want to do it fast. Come on, life is short, right? F, find the right location. A, ask to sublease. S, set up to stand out. T, tap into the corporate clients, right? Literally, that's it. And we're going to go over detail every single one of these. And later on today, get ready, because I will analyze the market for you, your local market, your local deals as well. A little bit later on here, you stick around. So, and then tomorrow, today we're gonna talk about final relocation and ask the sublease and do that. And then tomorrow we're gonna recap everything and also gonna talk about how to set up to stand out. So that way, you know, you probably stand out. And then how do you tap into the corporate clients? Okay. So before we dive into all of this, right? I'm gonna see if some of my students here so we can have them on and talk with you guys for a moment. All right, let's see. It's I thought I saw Jen too. I saw Gloria window. Yes. Did I see Jen Smith came in here earlier? Maybe she left. Or had to go somewhere. Oh yeah, her internet. Okay, I see the message. Her internet got issues. So anyway, let's have Gloria and Window on here. These are two of my students here, and you know, want to share their experience with you. All right. So everybody, welcome Window and Gloria.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, hello, hello.
So Rihanna, I need you to spotlight them so that people can see. All right, Window here. Okay. Gloria, where are you at? Spotlight her too. Okay, so while Gloria is not spotlight yet, Rian, but tell us a little bit about you guys, where you guys, what do you guys live and what do you guys do, and you know, just tell like a quick before and after story. Before me, what do you guys do, and how is we help you guys? So who go ahead, whoever want to start. Welcome. Gloria, hello.
Go ahead, Wendell. I'm trying to get on. I got
Oh my
lost.
God.
Go ahead.
Well, we're located here in South Florida. Matter of fact, Miami. And how we came across Dr. Chau, actually, it was Gloria. She found him and she told me about him. And she said, well, listen to what he has to say. Because we were doing wholesale, we were doing it for about a year and nothing was happening. So we had challenges. So after we met Dr. Chau, he was able to set us up in a position where we was able to obtain and seek different properties in a matter of 2 months. And it's all because of his coaching.
Mm-hmm.
His coaching is outstanding. Matter of fact, you can send him an email or a text and he will respond to you immediately. And you're like, wow, you know, you have a mentor who will be by your side to guide you through the way and help you grow your business. And, you know, most of the time when you're into a business, it takes months or years to get anything going. And that was happening with us the first time we got started on the wholesaling side. But now, since we met Dr. Chau, it's been a whole change around, which is very good for the both of us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Window. What about you? That's Chase. Yeah, how about you? Are you muted?
Okay. Am I unmuted now?
You unmuted,
Yes.
but we can't see you now.
Oh my
Yes, we
God, what is going on with this tonight?
Turn on your, here, let me ask you to start your video and all you do is hit yes.
Yes, I did.
You know, now we can see you
Okay.
and hear you. Okay.
You did? Okay. All right.
Good.
Okay, so for me, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. So for me, like Wendell said, we were trying to do wholesaling for a whole year and nothing happened. And I was on Instagram one day and I was listening to Dr. Chau speak. And I don't know, it was just something that resonated when like what you're hearing tonight, I heard. And it resonated with my why. He talks about what is your why. And I said, you know what? I have a nonprofit for homeless girls, and I wanted to fund. That was my main why, was to fund my nonprofit organization. So as I listened to him, it was so interesting. I said to Wendell, we have to join this. I didn't think about the cost because I know the importance of a good mentor. I just immediately went on his video, talked to one of his representatives, and signed up. And from that point, we've been just moving on up ever since then. We are going on 6 weeks. We didn't know anything about co-hosting, but we use realtors to help us find property. And through one of my realtors, we were able to uh, be introduced to a very wealthy man who has, I say, must be 100 properties. And yeah, and that was within the first month. And just today, we've added on to that, and we continue to add on to that because Wendell and I made goals. We wanted to at least be in that $50,000 a month range. So we're just continually, speaking with people, giving them the opportunity, telling them what we do, and it's been very successful, and only because we have we have a great coach. We be on those calls, we listen to what others are doing, we take the information very seriously, and it's paying off. It's paying off.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So just to recap, you guys, they did a whole year, and these two are like work hard. As anybody I know. So I know they're serious for the last year trying to do the wholesaling regular real estate business, right? And they couldn't find anything. And literally within a month with us, they found it landed a client. I want to put it into perspective for you guys. This guy have over like almost 100 units. And if they just manage this 10 of those units, which he already agreed to let them do that, even if it's 10 units, that's literally two or 300K a year in just them their profit to manage that. Just one client, you see? And now they have like literally two more clients on top of that. And literally, like they said, it'll only been a few weeks. So what really changed for you? What about our mentorship, our the community, or everything that changed for you guys, so that help you guys to really went skyrocket?
The mindset.
Mhm.
That's the bottom line. Your mindset, it has to change. In order for things to work in the way you want it to work, you have to expand your thoughts and move into the direction that you want to go into. And at the same time, be coachable.
Amen. That's awesome. What about you, Gloria? You muted. Let me ask you to unmute.
Unmute.
There you
A
go.
lot of times when you have experienced unsuccessful ventures, you get kind of discouraged. So for me, I had to get my mind aligned with what I really believed in. So I had to go back and I started to, affirm what I believed. I started to listen to different coachings. Uh, Once again, I made sure that we were on the call. I paid attention to what Dr. Chau was telling us, and it helped me. It helped me forget about the negative, go on with the positive, look at everything as a possibility, and that's what changed for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome, right? 80% of success in mindset, guys.
Mhm.
So when you have that's the difference between the right mentorship, the right coach or not, right? And then
Mhm.
also the community that you're a part of. So what do you want to tell people who's on the fence looking at, different ways to do business, different ways to do real estate, or different mentors out there, and maybe deciding on us or not, it's up to them. Totally respect that. But what would you guys tell them to do if they're on the fence because of fear, doubt, or whatever?
Well, I had fears and doubts for many years on certain things. And when you have fears and doubt, it doesn't move you into the direction that you want to go into. Sometimes you cannot just think about things, you have to react to it. And that's what have changed for me. And that's why I've been successful in my business because, you cannot think about things too long. You have to go out and get it. And you have to challenge yourself every day because there's going to be obstacles and you have to learn how to jump those hurdles and keep moving.
Right. How about you, Gloria?
Yeah. You have to be aligned with what you really want to happen. You know, it's not going to happen if you don't put some action behind it. It has to have action behind your words, behind your beliefs, and you got to just go out there and do it. Sitting on the fence, you're going to get what you already have. It doesn't advance you at all. So you have to move. You have to put some movement behind it. Trust what's in you, and that's what I found out with Dr. Chau. You already have in you what you need to success. You just need a mentor to bring it out and push you along until you can get where you want to be. And that's what happened with us.
Gotcha, gotcha. And you know, how likely is it for you guys to do it without our community or mentorship?
Well, that would be quite a challenge. I don't know if that can happen because there's so many distractions out there and so misleading information that you will be thrown off. So the mentorship, the community is absolutely wonderful because you all help us in the right direction.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Gloria?
We wouldn't go very far without the community. I mean, what I like about this community, you know, we're all adults. We move at our own pace. You know, some people are further along than others, but you know, you move at your own pace, and we're held accountable. When I say that, I mean nobody's badgering you to get on the calls or whatever. But if you're serious about this thing, you want to do what's right. So you get on these calls, you learn, you have conversations, you know, you try things. You try things when they work. You celebrate. Dr. Chau is always celebrating, even small wins. You know, something like a phone call, which gets us excited. You know, we're not used to people saying, "Oh wow, that was great," just a phone call. But he's like a cheerleader, you know. We have that bell going every time we meet, and
yes,
it's exciting. It's fun.
There you go.
I mean, to celebrate just small things is so encouraging to me, and I'm sure it is to Wendell and everybody that's in our community. So you got to try it. Get off that fence. Nothing's gonna happen if you stay there.
That's right. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming. Give them a big hand. Okay. That's fantastic. All right. I look forward to helping you guys some more and so excited for your future. You know, literally within months, they literally can have freedom the rest of their life. So very, very excited for you guys. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and bring on Jen Smith too then. And we can highlight Jen Smith next. So this is Jen Smith, another student of ours. Hey, Jen, hi.
Hi.
Tell
Sorry
us
it took me so long. I was just having
okay.
issues.
Where you from and what you do.
I live in Colorado. I am currently a special ed teacher, and I've been doing that
Nice.
for about 16 years, and I'm pretty burnt out, tired of doing it, and really looking forward to moving into doing midterm rentals and corporate housing.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us within how many days did we get you a corporate clients, huh?
Oh, it was maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Maybe 2 weeks. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Give a hand.
And it's an insurance thing. Yeah, I got it through an insurance.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the link in the chat is Rihanna is my executive assistant. She's doing a great job. The link in there is to book a call with us. It's absolutely free call. I set aside 5 slots, 1 hour free for each of the of you know you guys. So just for you guys. So take advantage of it. Okay. Now this I can talk to everybody. So the first come first serve. After that, it's gonna be if you don't get me, it's okay because you get my advisor can also talk with you as well. I have 2 really awesome advisors that can give you some consultation and free strategy call so that way you can walk away knowing exactly what to do and we can customize a game plan for you moving forward. So the next action step is literally just book that call and see how we can help you. Okay. All right. Now back to Jen. So, and you are renting it now at, I believe, like, is it around double the market rent? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Double the market rent, guys. That's huge. Okay. That's huge. You know, most, you know, all the long-term rental people, I mean, they would be so happy if you get just even a couple $100 extra a month, right? You literally get
Right.
double. So that's huge, right? And then you know, how has our mentorship and the community helped you to achieve that?
Well, I couldn't have done it without having the mentorship because it sort of happened so quickly, and I had these questions, and I just wasn't sure about what do I do about this particular thing, or what do I do about this, and I just, sent you a quick chat, and you answered it right away, and then at one point you just picked up the phone and called me and helped me out because I didn't know what to do, and I couldn't have done it without that.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fantastic. How, and then once they check in and once we know, like, yeah, that's funny. She texted me and and then I was like, yeah, let me just call her and make sure everything work out because, there's a lot of people who are not who they are when they book their houses, right? There's a lot of people can trash the place off that. And it's happened to be one of our trusted, providers of corporate clients that we have worked with before, so we know it's legit, right? So I asked you a
Right.
series of question, and I know it's for sure it's a good deal. So I gave her the green light, and boom, she make it happen. They checked in, and since they check in, you know, from my understanding, they pay you up front too, right?
Yeah. Yep. They paid everything up front.
Yep, deposit and a month rent. That's double the market rent, plus all the
Yeah.
other fees too, right? That you
Yeah. They
charge.
paid the cleaning fee, the pet fee, everything up front.
Fantastic. You see?
Yeah.
Boom, right? And then since they check in, like, do you have to see them every day? Do you
I
knock on the?
haven't done anything. I haven't done anything. I made sure that they got in okay and they didn't have any issues, and that was it.
That's it, right? That's
Yeah.
it. So, from this deal here, for this month, how much will you be making from this one deal?
I'll make about double. I'll probably make actually little over 2 grand
There you go.
in
Two
just a
grand.
month. Yeah.
There you
And
go.
if it extends, which I'm guessing it will,
You
then I'll
will.
make more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ratio for extension with us is about 90 something percent. The
Yeah.
reason why is most corporate, you in corporate America, or renovation never finish on time, right?
Right.
And then corporate projects always extend, right?
Yeah.
So extension is like free money and it's super easy because what you gotta do during those extension, okay? Nothing. Okay? You're literally like,
Right.
yeah. Do I want free money? I have this phone call. I love this phone call. Hey, can I please extend, maybe a couple more months, or text or email? Like, let me think about it. Do I want free money or not? Of course. Okay, I can extend. Okay, there you go. Right?
Yeah.
Because literally, you don't gotta do anything. Once they checked in, literally, unless something happened, which they call you, and guess what? You're not gonna go out there and do plumbing and electrician. Never advise you to do any of that. You hire people to do all that for you. You literally sit on the beach or somewhere and manage everything. Okay.
Yeah.
That's lifestyle. Okay. You get me? And then they will do a much better job than you can because they are professional. They're a professional electrician, a professional cleaner, professional everything. You see, let the professional do the job. Give them the piece of the pie. And while you enjoying your life, right? That's more
Right.
important. You see? So can you see how you can just do this literally several more time and then you make 10K a month, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
That's what
And
I'm working toward.
okay, yeah, what do you do for work right now?
I'm a special ed teacher
You're a
right now.
special ed teacher. Awesome. Do
Yeah.
you have any experience with real estate before you go in here?
Nothing. No.
Exactly.
No.
So anybody really, if you even have no experience, you can do this, right?
No.
There you go, prime example right there. And my heart go out to all the
Yeah.
teachers out there because I'm a teacher myself. I'm passionate about helping you guys to get success, right? And definitely is definitely underpay and overwork situation here. But I'm super excited to help you to several more deals, and then you can replace your income and travel around the world and have
Yeah.
fun, right? There you
That's what I want to do.
Yep. So what would you tell people who are on the fence looking at our community, our program, and see whether they want to do it or not, and they have all this fear and doubt, or just ping pong in their head, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I think it's the same as they were talking about just a few minutes ago. The longer you sit on the fence, the longer you're getting nowhere. You're getting exactly where you are right now. And that's why I just made the decision, you know what? I got to do it. I got to do something. I got to stop. I can watch all the videos I want and get coached all I want, but until I'm ready to make that decision and do something and get up and move and make those efforts, I'm not going to get anywhere. So you just have to make the decision and do it, you know?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Just do it, guys. Okay. So that's the key. That's the key for people who ask me all the time, hey, what's the difference between successful student and unsuccessful student? Well, there's three things we look for, but when it's boiled down to number one is being coachable, right? You got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, I can't help you. But the second thing really is taking action, okay? With a good positive attitude and a giving mindset as well. And those are the other two things, right? Marcia asked if you are renting the furniture or unfurnished. No, this is furnished. We're talking about furnished rental. So you
Furnished,
do,
yeah.
you do want to furnish the home. You can rent the furniture in some cases if you want to. Yes, that's an option that you can do as well. But for this particular one, she furnished it. So awesome. Well, awesome, Jen. Give her a hand. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, stick around, you want. Take care. Fantastic. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So let's get back into it, guys. Very, very excited to help you guys here. As you can see here, that's why we have built this community. That's why we're able to help a lot of people, because we really, really do care. I really, truly, truly care about each and everybody here. And we go into everybody deal, no matter what, how long it takes, however, whatever it takes, I'll be there for you guys. I even have a student call me 2 days before Christmas on a Sunday, this past Christmas, literally, and I still pick up. Okay, it was really hard to pick up that phone call. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard on a Sunday, 2 days before Christmas. Okay, but I still did it, and I helped him close the deal. Right, that's how much we care, and that's why we have built a strong community. We've been around forever, for over 10 years now, and we have a lot of people to accomplish that. Okay, so all right, let's get back into it. If you haven't already, your next step is definitely just book that call with us and then go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna go over now location. How many want to know what's the secret to have the best location, right? What's the secret to because location, right? That's the winning thing. The most important thing in real estate or in anything is the location. Okay, so how do you win with the location? Let's make it happen. Show it to you here. Okay, so owning versus renting, we talk about that. Okay, fast forward with that. What are states are best for midterm rental? So just things to look for. Bigger the cities, usually the better. The more people, the better. The cost of living is higher, the better too. Right? People complain inflation all the time, and it doesn't really suck that bad if you're on the receiving end of inflation. You understand? You actually like inflation. I love inflation. Is that crazy? Why? Because rent, you get higher rent with inflation. Corporate company will pay higher because, hello, inflation. Sorry, it is what it is. The market went up. You see? So isn't it awesome that you can be benefit of inflation? Okay, as a landlord or partner up with the landlord, you see? So don't be afraid of this expensive area. Like, like Window and Florida is in Miami, the most expensive real estate, right? And then Jen is in Colorado, which is also very expensive, yeah. But they make more per deal, you see? There you go. So key factor, populated or large cities, don't do it out in the boonies, okay? This gotta be at least a medium-sized city. Now, if you don't live in one, you can go to one. It's very close by for you, or even not far close by. You can, manage it remote, and Gloria Window is expanding to DC area now because they know a friend there that, in real estate that want to help, you see? So you can expand in other state, and also as part of the community, you can actually expand easily with a community. So, now, for example, they have, they know Jen in Colorado just now, right? And Jen know Gloria and Window in Florida. Well, if Jen have a phone call, it's from a company, and they want to do business in Florida, they need houses in Florida, who's Jen gonna call? Of course, Window and Gloria, you see, and vice versa, right? So we have students in almost every major state, every major city, all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast that you can partner up with and scale your business. Okay, very important you know that. That's the key, okay? So up and coming city, cities in transitions as well, okay? Cities in transition as well, right? Oh my God, the sunset is absolutely gorgeous. I gotta take a moment and share with you my view here. Otherwise, I mean, this is incredible, guys. Okay, let me share with you this view. Gotta really take a quick moment here. All right, location, we're gonna go through that. Write down highways, hospitals, and hotels, the 3 secret H's, and I will share with you that. But right now, we gotta take a moment and enjoy the sunset, okay? So, sunset on the beach, it doesn't get better than that, okay? So check this out, hold on. So this is one of my why as well. Boom, sunset on the West Coast, baby. Well, I can see Malibu right there, okay? Every day we see the sunset here, walk on the beach, my lovely wife want to. But if I don't want to, I literally have picnic out here and I don't have to go all the way down. We used to we live close, we used to, before this, we lived close to the beach. We never go down there because it's so much traffic to go up to the beach. And then by the time you get here and you got to do everything, it's take the whole day, This is living to the fullest, okay? So if an immigrant boy can do this, you can do this as well, okay? There you go. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely or what? This is the best sunset in the world, okay? The best sunset and the best view in the world, okay? Okay, okay. There you go. So 3 H's, all right? All right, so let's get back into it. Who in here want this view, right? This lifestyle, right? There you go. Okay, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right, all right. Baby Nugget, come here. You want to see my dog too? This is one big one here. Come here, dog. Come here, baby. Baby Nugget. Check this out. This is my lovely puppy, okay? This is awesome, okay? All right, that's it. We have enough fun for now, okay? So let's get back into it. Three H's, okay? Highways, hospitals, and hotels, okay? Highways, hospitals, and hotels. Why? Why is that important? I'm gonna share with you right now why is that important, okay? So let's make it happen here. Hold on. So, okay. Let me turn on the light. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So highways, hospitals, and hotel. Why is that important? Because that's where the action is, where attention go, money flow. Okay, where attention go, money flow, right? So you want to look at the different attention, where the traffic flow, right? And then when you got a highway and you got a hospitals, you're in a very good place, you're in a very, very good place to be, because these companies, they already done a lot of research for you guys to drop like 100 million to $1 billion into a project. They got to do a lot of research, you see? So that's why, okay? What make a location ideal? Here you go, highways, hospitals, and hotels. You get it? So what to avoid is downtown, HOA restricted area, and then also a nice suburban neighborhood with good school as well is very needed as well, okay? So you don't want to do it in downtown or HOA restricted area because, you know, because of that. It's a restricted area, you know, and downtown is parking sucks, okay? And it's also, you know, HOA get in the way of you doing your business as well, right? So you want to be in a nice suburban neighborhood with good school, right? Single family homes, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, you know, 2 bath, right? Those are very, very important to do, okay? All right, what are the risks that would associate with poor location choices? Of course, low demand, difficulty to attract quality clients, higher vacancy, decreased property value, etc. Okay, so anyway, book a free consultation with one of us if you haven't already. And how does location impact pricing in midterm? Seasonality. Okay, so with midterm, it's a lot less impacted like short term. Short term get impacted by seasonality, by the you know, the season all the time. Okay, because a lot of short term, you know, you see the daily rate night is like a lot of money, but you don't see that they only get booked like 4 months out of the year. Okay, but with this, you literally get booked most of the time, 80-90% occupancy rate. Whereas when it comes to, you know, vacation rental, they only get booked half of the time. You see? Okay, apartment, townhouses, and condos. Not like if you can choose between single family home or these, do single family home. Now, of course, if you're in a bigger city, if you already own these townhouses or apartment, then just you do that. That's fine. You know, that's okay. That's okay as well, you know. But ideally, single family home is a lot better, right? And then oversaturated area as well. You don't want that as well. You know, you don't want something where it's oversaturated, right? So a lot of the apartment, a lot of townhomes, they have a lot of HOAs, they have a lot of neighbors that get in the way. So that's not something you want to, you know, you know, do, right? You want less neighbors, less regulations. So that's why single family is a lot better, okay? What are the strategies in competing in saturated markets? Do midterm, not short term, obviously, okay? The reason why is most of the market out there are short-term rental, right? Most of the market are saturated because anybody can just list it on Airbnb, VRBO, and all of that, and it's super saturated. Now, because we do midterm and corporate housing is 1 month to actually average 3 months to 6 months stay, that switch right there is the big key, you know, to compete in this whole short-term co-and-co rental business, right? Is when you can attract the corporate clients, when you can set it up for the insurance clients, and you can provide amazing return and take care of the property for the landlord as well, instead of all these vacationer, you know, trashing the place and all, you know, causing parties and all that headaches and all that, right? And then the second thing you want to do is you want to set up to stand out. Now that we have a whole section for that tomorrow. So that will come back same time tomorrow to do that. The other thing you want to do is you want to do arbitrage, which is subleasing or rent to rent. Don't buy because you lose a lot when you're trying to buy the wrong property, right? When you buy the wrong property, and then it take you months to buy or sell a property a long time, you know? This, you can test the market. There's less risk if you rent as well, you know? So it's very good, right? With arbitrage, all you need is 1 month rent, 1 month deposit, and furniture. That's it, right? So you don't need a down payment and all that big mess you jump through, right? And then you also can do co-hosting or partnering, where you can charge, like Gloria and Window here going to charge 20% off of all the properties that they're going to manage. So when, you know, each of the property that they rented, let's say for 8,000, 20% of that is like $2,000 right there. You see? So that's how you do it as well. Leverage other people's property. And when you do co-hosting or managing, you don't even need to put any money down, right? If you don't put any money down, what kind of return is that? That's infinite return, You see? So that's what I love about this business. What is the formula for this? For the arbitrage, at least. Is 1 month rent, 1 month deposit, 5 to 7K, depending on where you are at in the country, right? And then you can either buy the furniture, 7 to 9K, or rent the furniture, about $500 to $1,000 a month. You charge 2 times the rent plus or minus utilities, and then you make about 200% return, at least double your money. How? So let's say the total investment is 10 to 15K. Well, you're gonna earn on average about 2 to 3K a month on average. You see, 2 to 3K a month on average per property. So in 6 months, you're gonna make 10, 15K back. You make your money back in 6 months. And within your first year, you double your money first year. That's huge, right? I mean, how many a business that you can actually double your money from year one? I mean, you'd be lucky if you get break even 5 years in for most businesses. Put in perspective for you guys, right? So you want 10 to 15K, just do 5 of these properties. That's it. You do 2 a month, you get there in 3 months, or you can be like a badass, like one of my students did 5 in his first 30 days with me and then retire on the beach, literally in Florida. I make 15K a month. Okay. You can do as fast or as slow as you want, whatever you want to do. Or even if it takes you a year to get that. Is that all right? Of course. Guys, did you guys know that I was making like 10 to 12K a month as a doctor after 8 years of school, pay 400K in tuition, sleep on like the freezing cold and survive off of ramen noodles and dollar menu, McDonald's dollar menu? That 8 years of my life sacrificed to make 10 to 15K a month. That's how much like most doctors make anyway. If they become a specialist, you make 20 to 30K. Okay, big deal. You just do a few more properties. You see? There you go. And the most important part is you're working just a few hours a week. That's the key. And you have multiple sources of income. It's a lot safer. When I was a doctor, I was like always afraid because I make one mistake and I can lose my license or something happen and they can lay off, and all my income depending on one source of income, even though it was 6 figures off that, but it was very scary. So you guys only have one source of income, is your job. You gotta put the pedal to the metal, get some gas on, and make a sense of urgency and make this happen as fast as you can, because that's very dangerous. You see, you only have one source of income and it's all depending on somebody else writing you a paycheck, right? With this, you can write your own paycheck, okay? And you have multiple sources of income. Imagine you guys have 10 houses, 10 sources of income. Even if something happened to one of them, you still have 9 of them. So you're not making, big whoa, you're not making 20, 30,000, but you're making 15,000, 18,000 a month. Is that okay? Of course, right? And then you can replace that one income, how fast? This fast, by opening up another property. You see? Versus finding another job. No, I'm not into trading time for money again. You don't want to do that. You see? So anyway, take a picture of this. This is what you need to go by, and boom. Okay. Now there's a formula for co-hosting. This is like managing other people's property or consulting for other people's property, partnering up with other people's property, whatever you call it. But this one, your initial expense is what? Goose egg. 0, guys, 0. Okay. That's the best part. Why? Because the landlord will pay for the furniture. A lot of time these are furnished rental that is being on Airbnb and they're not doing well. And I show you how to get them corporate clients, and boom, it's already furnished. A lot of time you got to show them how to furnish it, which is all right, because they will do it because you're going to help them make way more than traditional rental. The property owner going to make triple or quadruple their regular cash flow, and they're going to love you for it, right? And then you in turn get your freedom. And if you put 0 money down and you make money from it, what kind of return is that? Isn't that infinite return? Of course, it's infinite return. You see, there you go. $700 to $1,600 per month per property. Usually that's what you're going to make. Okay. So 5 properties, you're gonna make 3,500 to 8,000 a month. 10 properties, you're gonna make 7,000 to $16,000 a month. Boom. You're gonna be free. You like it? And how much money you put down? Goose egg. Okay, that's the best part. Okay. So book a free call with us if you haven't already. There you go. But anyway, the fast method again. The first we cover finding the right location. Okay. Now we're gonna cover how to ask the sublease. Okay. So any questions about the location piece? All right, now as promised, I'm gonna analyze a couple of locations for you guys or deals. So put down the chat what location you want me to analyze for you, and I'll do it live right here on the call for you. Okay. So let's come for serve. Let's go. Atlanta, love it. Let's go, Atlanta. Marcia, let's go. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia. Love Atlanta. It's a great market, by the way. I've helped several very successful students around here. Okay. And then we're gonna go San Diego next, maybe. Okay. Let's see. Let's just do show you. Maybe I just show you and you know. Okay. So Atlanta. First, you want to look at the highways, where the highway system are. Okay. There's 75, there's Highway 20, some major big highways around here. Okay. And then 285. Okay. Where are they intersecting? 75 intersecting 285 right here. You know, and then 20, Highway 20 intersecting 285 right there. You see? So now you want to do a hospital. Okay. Where are the hospital located? Okay, boom, hospital. You see this, of course, downtown, but you don't want to be downtown. So where the next clusters, where the cluster hospital, that's the cluster right here. See Highway 285 and 19 crossing, there's a cluster there. There's a cluster here, you know, and maybe there's a cluster right here, okay? Then you search for hospital, for hotels, okay? So hotels. And then you want to see where the clusters of hotels are. Of course, the cluster hotel is right here, up here. And then, and here's the trick I want to share with you. You don't want to know motel, right? So you want to change the price. Oh, this is Google Map, by the way. Let's go Google Map. Change the price to at least like $150 or more. Depending on where you're at, but that's pretty good for Atlanta. If you're in California, you want to change it to like $300 or more. It's pretty expensive out in California. So you see, where are the cluster? The cluster here, when these 75 and 285 intersect, there's a cluster here as well, and there's the cluster here. So you got 3 areas that you should be focusing on to find your deals. You see what I'm saying? This cluster, this circle right here, Marcia, you see it? This circle right here, I circle around the area for you. So it's all pretty much north of Atlanta. There's some in South Atlanta too. Here, if you live in South Atlanta, this is where you want to go. Okay, so it depends on where you live in, north, south, west, whatever. Okay, but north, there's 3 clusters. South, there are 1 cluster is here. Okay, so what do? You got it? Okay, you simply go on Zillow. Okay, you simply go on Zillow and you search for that area, Atlanta. Okay. And then you want to do 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath is the sweet spot. Okay. You want to start with that. If you went through that list and then you do 3-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath or 2 bath. Okay. That's important as well, right? So there you go. You see? So when you hit remove boundaries, a couple more filter you want to do, allow small dogs, allow small cats. That's one of the secrets to be competitive. You want to be pet friendly. Okay. It's not like a deal breaker if it's not, but it's really helpful if it is. Okay. Put for rent. Look how many deals are out there, guys. Look at how many deals you can pick and choose from. Okay. And this is not cold call wholesaling where you make 1,000 phone call and half of them cuss you out and the other half don't ever show their faces because, you know, they don't want to sell their property for 50% off. These people will talk to you because they want, these are more like warm leads, you know. These are people already saying, hey, please rent my house. Okay. They're already like, oh my God, they're praying every day for people to rent their house to cover their mortgage. You get it? So it's a much easy, like 100 times easier than try to find a wholesale deal or a fix and flip deal in traditional real estate. You get me? It's super easy to get them. Okay. Now, it's super easy without help, of course, but if you're trying to do it yourself, it's going to be very hard because you got no track record. That's the other key thing too when you talk to these landlords, which I'm going to go over in a little bit when you're talking about subleasing, how to get them to give you their property. It's because we have our track record. You know, just like, hey, even if you call them, they'll be like, hey, how many of these have you done? Like, you know, Marcia, hey, you're awesome, you're great, I like you. How many of these have you done? You see, you're gonna be like, oh, it's my first one. What are your chances of succeeding? But with us, you can say, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network, and we have done hundreds of these deals. Here's my website, here's my partner website, not just in Atlanta, but in Texas, in California, in Florida. We have partners there. You literally just saw them. Boom. You see, what are your chances of succeeding now? We have 20 years combined experience, right? You see? But anyway, get back to this. So Atlanta, we circle a few spots, right? This area, this area, this area. So there's a few options here with the four edges. Oh, and single story would be best. Oh, look for bad pictures. Bad picture is good. Okay. Because you want it to be something that is not professionally managed. There's opportunities in bad picture. You get it? This is one I probably own. Look, how did I know? The first one I click on, I had no idea, and it's a property owner. How did I know? I'm not gonna tell you my secret. Okay, come back another day. I'm just kidding. Okay, the secret is bad pictures. Bad picture. I could almost like know that's from the iPhone from the property owner. You see, there's opportunities here. Big opportunity. Look how beautiful this home is if they know how to take the right pictures. Hello, right? Yeah, let me turn on the brightness. Yeah, you see? Hello, right? You see how beautiful this place is. If you look closely, it is fully renovated, granite countertop, backsplash, beautiful deck in the backyard, beautiful furniture. All this lady will probably invested her life savings to buy the property, another like 50K, 100K to like rehab the property. And now you just simply come in and make money from it and add more value to her. You can even do co-host where you don't even put any money down. Say, hey, do you want corporate clients that pay you double the market rent? Who doesn't want that? Hello, right? There you go. You know, and there's more things to that I wish I would go over. But yeah, just call these people and say, hey, there's 4 things. I might well just tell you down, or maybe. But yeah, we're gonna clean the property every month, every few months for free. Any maintenance under the second thing, any maintenance under $200, we're gonna cover it, right? Who doesn't want that? You see how beautiful it is. You don't have to put in hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy this property. You can literally make money from it without having to do all that work, and all the risk is on the landlord, not you. You see? And this one, instead of 3,500, you can rent to corporate. I know for a fact corporate would definitely pay 7,000 for this. Okay, double. Look how beautiful this home is, right? Why do they pay that much? Because it's cheaper than hotels. If you have 4 employees, are you gonna rent this house or are you gonna rent 4 hotels? Of course, this house. You see? Boom. You like that? Yeah, I like it too. There you go. I found you a deal in like just a few minutes, okay? Now have at it. Look how many deals you have. Look how many deals are out there. Pick and choose your landlord. Pick and choose your partner. And I go over that. You are interviewing them, not the other way around, guys. You have what they want. You are adding way more value to them than they are to you, okay? And the more you can realize that, the better you're gonna be. All right, let's move on to San Diego. Maryland, New York. Man, you list like 4 of these Mary. Sorry, I don't have time to go all that, but hopefully you can see from this example and just do the same research. Okay, so San Diego. Let's go to San Diego. I love this business because you can get to travel over wherever, right? It's just fun. Okay, so San Diego, water. I love San Diego. Been there several times. Look, where there's waterways as well, it's a big thing. Okay, you want to make sure if your property, you can pick and choose a beautiful home on the water that you can make money from, and you don't even own it. How beautiful is that, guys? Imagine have a house on the beach or close by the beach you make money from, and you don't even own it. That's beautiful. But that's just super beautiful. Okay, so let's go San Diego and let's search for hospitals. Okay, hospital, boom, 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 boom. You know, the cluster here, guess what? 2 highway intersect. Cluster here, 2 highway intersect. Cluster here, where's that? 2 highway intersect. You think these billion-dollar hospitals are stupid? No, they are billionaires. They know what they're doing, right? It's all next to 2 highways crossing. Do you see that? What I just shared with you worth millions of dollars, and I share you for free. You're like that? It took me many years to figure it out. Okay, so, and I didn't charge you anything for this, remember? Okay, it's free. Okay, you want a refund? It's free. There you go. So look at this. I put $150 or more, so we are the motel, right? Look at this, hotel clusters right here. Clusters right here. Okay, that's where you want to be. You know, intersection of highway, you know, boom, right? So you do the same thing. Go on Zillow and find a deal. Put in San Diego. And look how many properties out there. Look at that. Look how many deals you can do it. You see? Boom. And all you need is a couple of landlords. Think of them like a partner. You want to be selective as well. All you need is really a couple of landlords, like Florida Window. They found one that has 100 units. They done. But they're so ambitious, they found 2 more. And I applaud them for doing that, right? You literally only need about a few of these landlords, and everything else will come from referral after you do the good deal with them. That's why I told them to be the best tenant they ever have, and the rest of it will come from referral. Be the first and last tenant you will ever have, because you're going to take care of the property like it's our own. Like, who doesn't want that? If you're a landlord and I come to you and I say, hey, I'm going to take care of the property even more than you because it's my livelihood. Hello, right? Who doesn't want that, right? So look how many deals out there. You see? So many. Okay, you guys get a point. Now, because of time, we only have 20 minutes left. So I'm going to go into how do you talk to the landlord. Okay, and I'm going to do it very quickly. So pay close attention. And I want to reward people who, you know, give yourself an answer how a round of applause for still sticking around this late. Okay, I really applaud you guys for that. I respect that, and I will do everything I can to make it worth your while. So I'm going to give you as much as I can right now. Okay, so I told you that it's going to be, the longer you stay, the later it gets, the better it's going to be. Okay, so check this out. How do you master talk to the landlord? How do you get somebody to give you that $1 million property just through a conversation? Literally $1 million property, you know? Sounds impossible? Check this out. You're going to be like, it's a no-brainer. And you're going to pick and choose them after I'm done with you here. No landlord allowed to sublease or will agree to this. Like, no landlord will agree to give you that $1 million property. Why would they do that? You know, why do they do it themselves? All these things. Here's the thing. This is what you tell them. 1, we will take care of the property like it's our own because it's our business. Secondly, we get professionally clean every few months. We pay for it. Third, any repairs under $200 a month, we got to fix ourselves. Okay. And we're not ever going to call you in the middle of the night. That's incredible. right? Fourth, our clients are higher caliber people. So they're professional, they have well-established career, they work hard to obtain, and they refuse to do anything to jeopardize their job or their families. You see? Boom, right? Who in here doesn't want that? If they don't see that we're adding way more value to them than they will ever do themselves, they literally have a free manager. When you do arbitrage, by the way, you know, when you do co-hosting is different. When you do arbitrage, they literally get a free manager on top of paying full market rent. Oh, the ACE card too. Even if they like all of this and they still hesitate, you pull out the ACE card. Hey, what if I pay you an extra $200-300 above market rent? Boom, hello, no brainer. If you're a landlord and I come to you and I show you all these and I told you it's corporate housing too, corporate clients, insurance clients, not Airbnb vacation rental. That's the biggest thing as well. When a lot of, I know there's a lot of Airbnb coaches out there and all of that, and they, you know, they do vacation rental, which is terrible for the landlords. So much risk, you know, headache, party, drug, alcohol, all of that. You don't have to deal with any of that here. You see? Boom. You see the difference? So take a picture of this, write this down. These are the key things you want to talk to them about. All right. And also you want to leverage our community. So, hey, they're going to ask you, hey, what's your track record? Well, if you're not a part of our community, it's really hard for you to land a deal because you don't have a track record. For us, you can say, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network. We have done hundreds of these deals. By the way, here's my website. Here's my partner website. Boom. We are in almost every major state. If you want to do more business in there, anything, right? So we have 7-figure literally script line by line, covering everything from mindset, physiology before you even pick up the phone, all of that. And that's how my student gets in so success. One other student had literally text. She literally so shy on the phone. If you're so shy on the phone, you can literally text and email these people. And that's exactly what she did. Okay, she was on here last week. She might be able to come here next tomorrow. She literally sent out text to like 30 of these landlords, and she got a management deal. Literally, like month 1, she did an arbitrage deal. Month 2, she did a co-hosting management deal, and both of them are fully booked now. And she making literally replace her income in 2 months, guys. 2 months. Is that crazy? Right? 2 months. And now she's on her 3rd deal. Okay, and she's about to close that. By texting the landlord, you don't even need to call them. Of course, I would recommend calling them. That'll be better. But if you're so shy, you don't want to call people and stuff like that, just text or email them and then set up something, you know, figure it out. But anyway, we have the whole, everything. The best practices, the 7-figure script, my role play with me every week with my student. Every week, literally, I have 2-3 small group coaching call with my student. Claudia and Window can attest to this. I help them with every single thing. Okay, that's what I do for our clients. All right, HOA won't agree to midterm rental. You find areas where HOA is more lenient, or there's no HOA. Even better if there's no HOA, right? Some HOA allow 30 days or more longer term rental. There's abundance of properties as well. You know, don't tie, you know, if they say no, you say next. Okay. And somewhere 6 will, so what? Okay. That's a multi-level marketing thing, but it works here too. Okay. There you go. Right. All you need is really like 6 of these properties, you're making 6-figure income. That's it. Right. Boom. That's $12,000 a month. Most people can just quit their job, retire, whatever. Right. If not, do a few more. There's abundance. Okay. The mindset, everything. You are interviewing them, not the other way around. Subleasing is illegal or against rental agreement. That's a myth. Guys, this has been done. It's called a master lease in the commercial. It's been around forever. You can look it up forever. It's called a master leasing commercial. It's not very common in residential, but we are renting out to commercial tenants. You get it? So we are getting the benefit of both commercial and residential. Because in order for you to land a commercial deal, it's literally a full-time job, and it literally will take you many years to get licensed, to get into it, all that. Here, no, you don't need any of that. You can do it very quickly. You get it? Okay. And it's legal in the US for literally decades. As long as you have the sublet agreement in there, and we have templates for that, best practices for that, everything in our community. Okay. Now we can't give legal advice for that, wherever we have all the templates. Subleasing and leads to property damages or control. That's a myth, because corporate clients is the best clients. You know, they don't want to lose their job, so they're not going to do anything stupid. They're going to rent a vacation rental down the street, like maybe your vacation rental, and they party there for the weekend, but they're not going to do it at our place. Okay. Right. Because they don't want to lose their job. And then we have triple insurance. Okay. So renters, companies, platform insurance on top of our own insurance. And knock on wood, doing this for 10 years, you know, we didn't have to use our own insurance. It was last resort, because there are insurance from the platform, from our vendors, from our partners. There's insurance from the company itself. There's literally insurance company renting from you. Don't you think they have the insurance? Of course, you get it. So it's way safer than rent out to a mom and pop where they lose a job. Well, you can't kick them out on the street. You have to go through eviction, all this mess. No, this company will rent the entire house, and they will manage all their employees, you know, or if the insurance company, they have the resources, so you don't have to worry about that. I loved it. All right. And least for the corporate clients or platforms, we do have control. We do have the control because we have an established lease from the clients. But anyway, again, the only offer today, book a free call if you haven't already. The link's in the chat. I have 5 spots available. An hour, literally 1 hour. I will give you an hour, literally worth over $3,000. You know, and really to me it's priceless, because it's your freedom, it's your future, it's your life that we're talking about. Okay. So book that call you haven't already, and go from there. So myth, it's impossible to find suitable properties for midterm rental. There's abundance of property, guys. Look, I just show you. There's new properties every single day. We can give the landlord literally security and peace of mind, right? So guys, there's abundance out there. Okay. Midterm rental arbitrage is too complex and risky. It's much less riskier than buying a property, I'll tell you that. Okay. But one property you buy is 5 to 7 arbitrage, more like even 10 arbitrage opportunity. You same amount of money. You want to make money from 10 houses or 1 house? Of course, 10, right? And then less cost if it doesn't work out either. Okay. Complexity, if you don't have the proper mentorship, yeah, it's complex. But you do now, so you're good. Corporate clients are difficult to attract and retain. True, if you do not have the resources of the clients that we know, right? We have literally dozens and dozens of resources outside of Airbnb and VRBO that nobody know about, right? That we can give you access to as part of our community, part of our mentorship, right? And our corporate are easier to satisfy. Why? Because have you ever hosted vacation rental? Everything is an emergency. Okay. Hey, my toilet run out, right? Hey, we have extra towels. We need extra guests, you know, and we're only here for 2 days, you see? So everything's an emergency. But when you rent out to corporate clients, they stay for 3 months to 6 months. And a lot of the time they are employees, so they don't want to rock the boat too much. You know, they don't want to, you know, do anything bad. So they're gonna be very easygoing, work with us. If they have an issue, they give us days to fix it. You see? All right, scaling a rental business without property ownership is impractical. Yeah, right. It's so, I mean, scaling with ownership is impractical, right? Many of you, I'm sure, have a couple of rentals, and it took you probably your entire life, like my family did, to acquire those rentals, to buy it and save the money to buy it and all of that, right? It took forever. Well, with this, you can literally scale 10 property within 5 months instead of 50 years, you know? Anyway. All right, with the fast method, you can start and scale very fast, as you can see here. So we talk about finding right location, as the sublease. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about setup, send now, and time to corporate clients. Who need excited? Okay. Any questions? Okay. Any questions so far? I'm gonna wrap this up. If you don't have any questions here, let's see if you got any questions. Okay. So, oh, put down the link to my testimonials, guys. My testimonial page, and also the link to my YouTube playlist of testimonials, both. So people can really watch this and see a lot more stories themselves. Right? We have a ton, hundreds of testimonials nationwide. Where this come from? Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna go to one. Any last questions here before kind of wrap this up here? Okay. Who in here got some value today? All right. You like it? Good. Who in here will, oh, your homework is research your market and find us 10 deals by tomorrow. Find us 10 of these deals. And I challenge you to even call them. And I don't know, I gave you what to say already. Just do it. Get some practice. Who cares? You never see these people anyway. There's plenty of deals out there. Just go make a bunch of mess and see what stick. That's the difference between entrepreneurs and employees mindset. You know, employees like, oh my God, I want to mess up and I want to mess up. You know, that's why the entrepreneur is like, let's just do a bunch of them and see what sticks. Okay. What work, what doesn't work. Fail forward, fast, faster. The 4F formula. Fail forward, fast, faster. That's the key. Okay. Ready, fire, aim. Okay. Ready, fire, aim. Let's go, Diane. That's right. John, let's go. Let's go, Marcia. Who need committed to their dreams, they go. How bad you want it, okay? So I'm gonna wrap this up with a bow for you guys, okay? Either a bow or a whack on the head, either one. Well, maybe both, okay? Some people just gotta wake up, man. You know, if this doesn't get you excited, your words are wet, okay? I'm just kind of kidding, kind of not, okay? I mean, come on. I work my butt off to make 10, 15K a month as a doctor, 8 years of school, living on basement, freezing cold. Okay, you can literally do this within months. You saw my people. My one mission now is to help my family. I mean, after I help my family, my one mission is to help 1 million families get financial freedom. Okay, so if you want to be one of them, let's go. 1 million families, break generational curses and build generational wealth. Okay. So there's 3 phases of this. We can go that. But anyway, if all this did is to give you the freedom lifestyle, would be worth it. Yes, of course, right? If all this did is give you that freedom lifestyle, man, of course. If all this did is to give you the skill set to earn 6 figures in the next 6 months, would be worth it to learn the skill set. For me, absolutely, guys. I spent 8 years of college to learn a skill set that make 10, 15K a month, but I had to trade my entire life for it and work 40, 50 hours a week. Hello, this you make same hours doctor make, and you're working literally a few hours a week. It doesn't get better than this, guys. Okay. Hello. Okay. There you go. Absolutely, right? If all this did is to give you the time to spend with your loved one, live a life on passion and purpose, will be worth it. This is my smoking hot wife, like I told you, so happy to retire her. You know, we went to the Olympics in Paris last year. That was just once in 100 years that this ever happened, right? And I commit to take her to all the Olympics for the rest of our life, okay? This, of course, 5-star resort everywhere we go and all of that, and all that's great and awesome. But the most important thing is the freedom. We can literally stay as long as we want. Okay, and we can literally fly out as short as we want to wherever we want. Okay, that's the type of freedom that we talk about. Okay, if whoever you're a mentor by, ask them, hey, can you just take off to a country and stay there for months, and then, still making multiple 6 figures? Can you? If you can, listen to that person, absolutely. If not, hey, you might want to find a new mentor. You might want to find a new community to be a part of. You might want to find a new strategy, a new business, a new vehicle to be a part of, you know? I mean, if you want to get to, from wherever you are to, I don't know, somewhere, some exotic place that you want, Paris, let's say, okay? Well, you can either walk there. That's the slow way of buying the property, save up the money and save up the money, and then you can buy, walk there pretty much, right? You can take the boat, which is a little bit faster, or you can take a jet and just fly there and get there in a day. Okay, just technology, guys. Okay, so open your mind. My only work when it's open like a parachute. Be coachable, right? We know how to get to Paris within a day. Stop trying to walk there. You probably never make it. Okay, let's say Paris is like financial freedom, right? Well, how long have you been working at your job? How long have you been dreaming of this lifestyle? How long will you keep on, lying to yourself and your family that it's going to happen next year? It's going to happen one of these days, Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm here to show you the truth, not sugarcoating things, okay? If an immigrant boy like me with no English can do this, and you've seen a school teacher can do this, and you've seen, people from all different races, even a 15 years old can do this. I have a testimony of 15 years old I can show you right now. Why not you? And why not now? Okay, you gotta believe in yourself. That's all. Okay. So last call to book a call with us. Okay. And if you haven't already, you literally just wasted the last couple hours of your life. You should have been watching Netflix. Okay. A lot more entertaining. Your favorite show, a lot more entertaining than me. I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to change lives. Okay. And if you don't do anything with it, if you don't book a call, the next step with us, why are you here? Why are you here? What's the point of all this? Is this for good entertainment? Because I'm sure you're gonna find a much better show to watch than me and my show. Okay, this is not a show. This is literally, I want to check you up. This is like the Matrix. Okay, I feel like I'm Morpheus, the blue pill or the red pill. Which one you want to choose? You can take the blue pill, forget everything I said, go back and live a life of quiet desperation, or you can take a red pill and see how far this rabbit hole can go. Okay, up to you. Up to you. It's all in your hands. Okay. Last thing I want to do now is put a hand on your heart. Okay. And we do this every time. Okay. If all this did is to give you the time to spend with your loved one and live a life of passion and purpose, would be worth it to learn this. Okay. Put a hand on your heart. All right. Close your eyes. Imagine you're making 20, 30,000 a month, every single month. It's been a year now, and we'll help you through this, and you're able to travel around the world. You're able to retire your mom, your dad, buy them a Jeep home. You have a maid, you have a cook, you have, 5-star resort waiting for you. Waking up on a 5-star life, everything. Full service, everything. How you feel? What will you do for your family? How will you do for your community? What will you donate to the church? You go to submissions too. That's why my wife was a missionary for several times and risk her life. Why not you? And why not now? Right? So imagine that and get that good feeling in. Say to yourself, I am worth it. Okay? I am premium. I am a child of God. So everything belongs to the Father, belongs to me. So why not me? Why not now? Okay? Whatever is holding you back, guys, just really break through it. Break through with it, because focus on the one person or people that you want to do. For me, it's my wife. Okay. When I focus on her, how happy I can help her to be happy, to provide for her, protect her, and she don't have to worry about anything, right? Retire her literally, very young. I would do anything for that. You would do more for your loved one than you do for yourself. So imagine that person in front of you, smiling, thanking you. Thank you, baby, so much for taking care of me. you know, get me the cook, get me the maid, travel around the world, retire me. I don't have to worry about a thing. Thank you. I love you. Right? Imagine that person for could be your kids. You know, imagine leave a legacy for them. It's not about the money, it's about the how to. What if you can teach them how to do this and teach them how to fish the rest of their life, right? And by the way, I give scholarship to all my clients' children and nieces and nephews. They can come learn for free. I love helping the next generation. That's why I have 15 years old. I have done a couple of deals and make money more than some adult make. Okay. So imagine that, right? How you feel. Now, the last part is you're gonna count down with me and we're gonna celebrate the roof off. Okay, as if nothing is can hold us back. Okay, so everybody put your hand in like this. Okay, and count down 10 to 1 and celebrate with me. Okay, you can unmute yourself too. Let make it happen. All right, so count down with me. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Celebrate. Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Awesome. Great job, guys. Great job. Great job. Super proud of you. Maybe not just say bye. Say hi. Great job, guys. Awesome. Super proud of you. Come back tomorrow, same time, same place. Okay. Share this. I challenge you to share this with at least 3 other people. Come there, come and get them learn. You know, don't be selfish. You know, this is free info. Why not? Change their lives too. Okay. So share this with them. Okay. BeyondBnBSecrets.com/challenge is a link. Okay. Or you share them with their Zoom link, whatever. Boom. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Celebrate. Take care. Awesome.